Well, if AGI can do everything humans can do, then it would seem that they could do the new jobs too.
Having a whole class of people who are unemployed and not valued much because what they used to do is now done by machines.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
We need to think hard about what's going to happen next, and we just don't know.
AI isn't coming, it's already here. It is already predicting cancers, drafts contracts, executing billion-dollar trades, and it even paints pictures that win art competitions. If AI thinks faster, learns faster, and creates faster than humans, then the uncomfortable question is, what are humans really for? What will we do in this kind of a world? Hi, I'm Dr. Dave, and in this video, I will share my vision for how to deal with the meaning crisis that is inevitable once AI takes over everything that we humans aspire to do, from medicine to law to creativity. But there is hope. Stick to the end of the video to learn how to navigate these impending crisis and follow if you love more thought-provoking content. Let's start with medicine, where AI is poised to become the doctor's second brain. Let's look at a few examples. In radiology, which is where AI was first adopted in medicine, way back in 2019, Google's AI system for lung cancer screening achieved an AUC of 95%. Outperforming 6 expert radiologists by reducing false negatives by 11% and false positives by 5%. The number of such studies proving improved diagnostic accuracy with AI is only increasing. There's thousands per year. In fact, many hospitals already use AI algorithms for their radiology workflows. In cardiology, Mayo Clinic already uses AI-enhanced ECGs to detect asymptomatic left ventricular dysfunction, which is a precursor to heart failure, with about 85% accuracy in large trials. No human cardiologists have been able to reliably predict LV dysfunction just from an ECG in the absence of known ischemic features like ST elevations, etc. But an AI is able to. Somehow AI finds and learns patterns from images and data that the human eye is not even able to detect. For clinical workflows, AI systems like Epic Sepsis Predictor can alert ICU teams hours before a patient is expected to deteriorate, meaning early intervention actually saves life. Each hour that you save in sepsis is 7% reduction in mortality. Early deployments do show reduced mortality and length of stay, but results will vary based on how the hospital adopts it. And this is a key point about AI in healthcare, that it's not just the AI models that perform well. This indicates the importance of ensuring that AI adoption is done properly to actually reap the benefits of AI in healthcare. If the model performs well, but it's not adopted well in a clinical setting, then you will not actually get clinical translation of those results. Ultimately, AI isn't just helping. It's encroaching on the very cognitive work that physicians once thought was uniquely theirs. Will young kids even aspire to be doctors when an AI is doing the diagnosis, management, and everything? Is doing most of their jobs. The change is not just in medicine though. AI legal research tools like Casetext, CoCounsel, and Harvey AI are already in use at big firms like Allen and Overy. They can draft contracts, analyze thousands of precedents, and summarize discovery documents in minutes instead of weeks. A 2023 Stanford study showed GPT-4 passed the uniform bar exam in the 90th percentile. This is better than most human candidates who take the exam. For routine tasks, due diligence, contract review, case law searches, lawyers face the same risks that radiologists do, which is being automated out of the grunt work of their specialty, which ultimately defined the beginnings of their early careers. The takeaway is that the profession that once defined human logic and reasoning is now seeing its foundations replicated by machines. Now imagine the TV show Suits, but without the grunt work. Majority of the episodes are spent in Mike Ross digging through large piles of documents to find a precedent of a case that then they can use to turn the real case around. But now, instead of having to go through that, Mike would just ask an AI a simple question, and that would solve the problem. Now, AI is also affecting the larger economy, specifically in algorithmic trading. As per JP Morgan report from 2022, more than 70% of US equity trades are executed by algorithms, not humans. With AI, the speed advantage particularly stands out. High-frequency trading firms execute trades in microseconds, a time frame that the human brain literally cannot process. Now, there are also some creation of AI hedge funds in the last couple of years. Renaissance Technologies created a medallion fund, which is famously secretive, but has averaged over 39% annual returns for decades, largely on the back of algorithmic trading strategies, and this is just multiplying. Even in risk prediction, AI systems now forecast defaults, creditworthiness, and fraud with far greater sensitivity than traditional human design models. In finance, the takeaway is that the human advantage of intuition and gut feel is being replaced by pattern recognition machines that literally never sleep. Now, you could say all of these fields have a significant amount of simple and automatable tasks that are well suited for AI. Surely, AI will not replace the core feature of being human, our creativity. Will creativity be humanity's last savior? In 2022, an AI-generated artwork won first place at the Colorado State Fair Fine Arts Competition, and this was 3 years ago. This sparked outrage among a lot of artists. AI music systems like OpenAI's Jukebox can now generate songs in the style of your favorite band, from Beatles to Beyonce, in just a few clicks. In screenwriting, AI is already being trialed in Hollywood for dialogue generation, storyboarding, and even writing full draft scripts. And GPT-4 can now co-write op-eds, marketing copy, and fiction with stylistic nuance for you, something we previously thought was immune to automation. Multiple videos on social media go viral to this day that are fully AI generated. And there's a rising trend of creators now solely relying on AI and text for video generation. The hard reality is that the human generated art is just not novel or disruptive enough to capture the attention of today's audiences. And the takeaway here is, if creativity was humanity's safe zone, AI is slowly taking it over, with AI generation tools getting better and better every few months. In fact, it will cause an existential crisis in all of humanity at one point or another. Psychologists already warn about the utility panic, which is when people no longer feel useful. They don't feel any meaning in their lives. And humans are naturally meaning-making machines. We seek to find meaning in everything, from seeing repeating numbers on our phones and claiming it's a sign from the universe that you're on the right track, or you see a video of a butterfly landing on a couple that's getting married. It's got 25 million views. We seek to find meaning. Our brain is constantly searching for meaning. And humans have mainly found this throughout history through their work, through their occupation and vocation. But what will we do when the main way that humans have sought meaning throughout history is taken away from us? Majority of us will become useless to the economy. Then what will we do? Will the economy and the corporations even care about us? We already know that depression, addiction, and suicide rise in societies where purpose collapses. And unlike previous revolutions that displace humanity's muscles, this one displaces our minds. Viktor Frankl, Auschwitz survivor, wrote, "Man's search is not for happiness, but for meaning." And if AI can handle our cognitive burdens, perhaps our deepest work becomes to create meaning. But there is still hope, because humans have survived this long and we will adapt. However, we will need to change how we view ourselves as a species. No longer can we pride ourselves in things that nature gave us, like our opposable thumbs or our large skulls and our large brains that can tackle complex cognitive challenges. We will need to pride ourselves in different things, in things that make us humans, our humanity, our values of compassion, love, our freedom to express ourselves, and our abilities to create beauty in this world. This is what we need to focus on as we move forward in this age. And I think we can go about this in 4 ways. Number 1, we need to create a global ethical compass. Humans must decide what should be automated and what must remain human. And this requires participation from all humans from all different qualifications. There are some things we should not automate, such as holding the hand of a dying patient, which I do pretty regularly. And nobody wants that. The patient doesn't want it, doctors don't want it, families don't want it. So we need to create a global consensus on which things we should not hand over to AI. Because once we lose our humanity, we might not get it back. Number 2 is value alignment. If AI optimizes for efficiency and profits without the proper ethics in place, it will harm the very lives it's designed to protect. And it's not in the corporation's best interest to address this value misalignment, because let's be honest, the AI models that they create are based on their own internal values. And a lot of the corporations are focused on profits. And so the AI models will naturally be aligned to that. But who is ensuring that these models actually align with values of collective humanity, such as compassion, love, freedom, and expression? Currently, nobody is doing this. Number 3, meaning making. AI may write the words, but ultimately it's the humans who write the stories and the meaning behind them. It's our subjective experience of humans that will actually matter more moving forward. Once everything is generated by AI, what specifically humans can stand out by is that we can feel things, and this allows us to have complex experiences and feelings and emotions. We need to use this ability to create better meanings and create more beauty in this world. The better story that we can write and imagine, the better our future will actually be. Number 4, creativity of purpose. When machines produce everything, the product and everything, the humans must produce the purpose behind it. With a super intelligent machine in our hands, we can either use it for good or for selfish reasons. We must focus on using this technology to uplift humanity, not just for selfish gains like making more money, getting more status, and more followers. It's easy to do that, but as we do that, humanity becomes more and more disjointed. I go into much more detail about these concepts in my book called Being Human in the Age of AI. The link is in description. The book essentially is a hopeful outlook and a hopeful vision, serves as a roadmap on how to approach our future with pragmatic optimism and human-centric wisdom. Because if we can scale computation, but if we don't scale compassion, the world is going to end up in a worse place. When AI outthinks us, our role isn't over, it transforms. We are no longer calculators, analysts, or scribes. We become the conscience, the storytellers, the creators of meaning in a world run by machines. The real question isn't what AI will do next. It's what we will choose to do once survival is no longer the main battle. And I hope that we will choose to create and build a beautiful world. Thank you.